Hi, everyone. This is Tara. Hi, I'm Tara. Welcome to the Academy of Being channel. And today I am taking another question from another client and follower. And she is asking today about emotions and ADHD. And what I would like to say is one of my very, 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 very favorite subjects is emotions. I love to talk about emotions. I love to show people the messages and emotions because most of us have been taught one aspect, which is energy and motion, that emotions are energy and motion, which is absolutely true. They are like a wave that comes into our body. They're movement, but they're not just that. Most of them have information stored inside that if somebody just allows them to feel and then they release it, that they're missing the information, they're missing the message that the emotion is bringing, and therefore the emotion comes back over and over and over and over again. So emotions are giving messages. So somebody with ADHD has a lot of intensity inside. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of drive. There's the ability to see things. You're receiving things all over the place as well. Like you're really, really tuned in. I tend to say that somebody with ADHD is like a radio tower with all kinds of information coming in at the same time. And it's really important to tune into a station. But here's the wild time thing. Somebody with ADHD, you don't want to stay on the same station all the time. Like you cannot settle into the same station. And so you like to go from this one to this one to this one to this one. Sorry, my nose is itching. Maybe somebody's thinking about me. I don't know. So anyway, getting back to the subject at hand. So moving from station to station. When you tell yourself to stay on the same station, that you should just be satisfied, that like you need to listen out to the same song or like the whole series of songs, what will happen in your body is that emotions will rise up to direct you and to tell you to do something different. It's like the whole goal in our life is to support ourselves in how we function, not how somebody else does, not how we think we should, and not how somebody else thinks that we should, but to support ourselves in how we naturally function. And in doing so, we will have a more successful, happier, joyful, easeful life. So if something comes up and it's like, oh, I'm so sick of this station, or I'm so sick of doing this thing, because most of the time it's not about a radio station. It's about, being with somebody. It's about doing a certain project. Don't tell yourself you should stay doing the same thing. Allow yourself to have a break or do something else. Allow yourself to move away. Give yourself space and time. And a lot of times it's a really good idea to explain or inform other people if they're involved. Hey, I'm just taking a break. I'll be right back. No worries. Or maybe you need to hang out with other friends because you've been hanging out with the same person all the time. Hey, you're just going to take a little bit of a break. That doesn't mean I don't like you anymore. Hey, let's do something. So if you're taking a break from somebody, always create a plan for something in the future so that they don't feel like you're completely disengaging from them, especially if you still want them in your life. What most people do is they don't inform, or they inform only of the struggle instead of this is what I'm going for. So like, oh my gosh, like I'm getting bored. Like I need to hang out with other friends. Like you need to give me freedom to hang out with other people. Instead, just be like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love hanging out with you. I want to bring more energy back to you. And the way that I do that is by hanging out with other people. So I'm going to hang out with some other people this week. Maybe you want to do the same thing. And then let's make a plan for Saturday to hang out, right? Or in 2 weeks, whatever it is. I don't know what your relationships are like. The same thing in everyday projects. Like, how can you honor your emotions? Maybe an emotion, which a lot of people don't talk about, is like lethargy. Like, so that just, I don't feel like moving energy. Like, oh gosh, oh, life. Well, what can you bring to your choices that brings more dynamic energy? And most of us, what we do is we just go muscle through it. Well, that brings lethargy, and it brings a friend with it called resentment. And then your body gets all locked up and it's no fun. So instead, if you look at like, what would I like to bring to lethargy that could change this? Well, gosh, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be here. Da, da, da. What would you like to do? What would bring a little bit of fun in? And it could be something as simple as putting music on, turning the volume up, dancing around your place, going out for a walk, calling a friend, doing something different. Maybe you're so bored with your life because you're doing the same thing over and over again. You're eating the same foods, you're hanging out with the same people, you're going to the same places, all of that. Maybe you bring something totally different in. And you might be in the place that a lot of my clients are. When you first ask that question of yourself, you're like, I don't know what that thing is. Well, hang with it for a moment. Maybe ask other people, what kinds of fun things are you doing? You can ask on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're at. Ask the question of people, what kinds of things that are you doing that you find fun? Now, that doesn't mean you're going to do all those things. You're going to check in with yourself. What ones of the suggestions light you up? What ones bring a bit of excitement? Maybe even nausea, because nausea is often excitement just that's like a little bit scared. But scary is fun sometimes, right? Like scary is, I've never done that before. It could be fun. I could totally fail, but wouldn't it be fun to fail? Wouldn't it be fun to fail doing something new that if I failed a few times, I might actually become successful? I think that we all need that in our lives, like those areas that we're willing to fail in that will help us to find out that we can be successful if we keep at it. But you might need breaks in there. So I would just say that your emotions, whether you have ADHD or not, are often giving you messages, and they're often asking you to make a different choice. And many times what we need to do is we need to ask the question first before we make a choice. And the question is, what choice could I make that would just bring me more movement, more happiness, more success, whatever it is? How can I support myself in my natural way of functioning? And also, if you could get to the point where you're not mad at the negative emotions, because there really are no negative emotions, and you started to be grateful for them showing up, that would be awesome. Because if sadness, anger, resentment, lethargy, frustration, all those emotions show up, they're really redirection signs. They're saying, this is a no for now. Let's find a yes. That doesn't mean it's a no forever. It's like if you're working on a project, it's a no for now. I need a break. What could I do? What would really lift me up? What would give me energy? What would make me feel more refreshed so that when I come back, it feels even better? So I really love my redirection emotions so much because they help me to move back to the spaces of flow. They're telling me that I'm walking into a wall and I'm just going to exhaust myself and hurt myself if I continue to go the same course. So reverse and find where there's an open door, a window, or just a place where there's more energy again. So I really hope that everything that I shared has helped you, whether you have ADHD or not. You are really a unique human being with so much purpose, so much energy, and the ability to live an easeful, successful, amazing life if you just support yourself. So if you have any other questions that you want to ask, please put them in the comments below. If you want to share your aha from this video, do the same thing. I really, really, really love the interaction. That's my favorite thing, relationships and communication and the interaction. So please interact with me. And then if you want to see more videos like this, just hit the like button or subscribe. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.